I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manningsman. Hope everybody doing well. Hope everybody doing fine on this blessed afternoon. It is the afternoon where the Champions League playoffs are going on. We have one game going on so far. It is the clash of the two teams in France, Brest and PSG. And at halftime, PSG is leading this one by 2-0. But we have a lot of other things that we want to speak about today on our show. We're going to look at some of the very shameful performances by teams in CFU at the CONCACAF U17 championship, and just look at the need for us to come together as CFU to kind of strengthen each other so we can be more competitive when we get into CONCACAF. I think there were some, unexpected low or poor performances. I think we should be past the place where teams are, conceding 22 goals and stuff. We have to do something. Don't tell me that, well, we are small, we're just new to this. No, we can do better at this. I'm also, today I want to tackle a comment from, you know him very well. His name is CC. He was on the program yesterday. Lots of commendation for his work on commentary at the game. And then we're going to talk about also Usain Bolt, most recent interview and sentiments expressed after losing close to $1 billion Jamaican dollars in investment, and what are his thoughts about investing in Jamaica again after such an episode. So we are going to deal with some of those things, but as usual, before we get into the discussion point, we want to just ask you to hit the like button, right? Share and subscribe. I want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers to I Am Sure Sports. I'm very grateful, that you have partnered with us, that you have checked in and checked up on, this channel, that you have subscribed, and we are grateful for your support. Continue to support us and show your love and appreciation for our work here at I Am Sure Sports. We continue to put out content that we believe will be beneficial years after now, that people can look back and they can learn things, right? So while we do watch alongs and all of those things, we want to put out the kind of information that 10, 20, 15 years from now, people can still watch the show and learn things for the improvement of football, near and far. I see Coach Balakar is in the chat. Big up yourself, Balakar. Always good having you. As you know, Balakar recently, his team, well, they played in Tier 2 and they played down there against Petersfield, and they had a drawn result in that game. But in his first season, that's the Duncan team. Cosman Williams down there working with Balakar, helping him to understand the game. I see Mr. Rudolph Speed trying to throw shades at me. Big up Mr. Rudolph Speed, one of the great footballing minds, not just in Jamaica but in the Caribbean. You understand me? Big up every time you saw his Cavaliers player. In fact, if you look at that team, just players who have been affiliated with the local team that was called up. If you look at the players that had some affiliation with Cavaliers, you'd have to commend Mr. Rudolph Speed, because he would have had the most players. Believe me, the most players. Yes, he would have had the most players engaged in that game. So big up to him. You understand me? I think this year his Cavaliers team will struggle to take this JPL title. Because some key additions have been made at Mount Pleasant. But not only that, he just added a very good Suriname player. So we will see. Big up all the managed people in the building, Hey, listen, me have to say this, the one and only. Oh my Lord. Garwell Hamilton. Yeah, man. G celebrated his 50th birthday. You understand me? Over the weekend. Big up, Garwell. Happy birthday. One more year upon them. You understand me? Have to big up Garwell Hamilton. Very key and instrumental in a lot of what happens at the Manning School in terms of their, the Costa Cup team, their U16, their just all the U teams, basically. So I have to say big up to him every single time. Garwell Hamilton, happy birthday. You understand me? Bless up yourself. I know it is belated. You understand me? But we have to tell you that right now. Yes, indeed, we are blessed indeed. You understand me? Yes, so, yesterday I shared a scripture with you. Today, we have a next one to share with you. You understand me? So, if you know anybody who like to sleep and don't work, this scripture is for all the lazy people, them. All the lazy people, them. All the lazy people, them. I have a scripture for you. All the people who spend a lot of time sleeping, I have a scripture for you today. This scripture, of course, it is found in the Bible. It is, Proverbs chapter 6 from verse 10 to 11. It says this: a little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. Hear that? Let me read it again. Proverbs 6, 10 to 11. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, then poverty will pounce upon you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. You understand me? Sleep too much, sleep too much. Can't sleep too much, people. We have to work hard. We have to work hard. We have to work hard. Get up in the morning. Get busy. Work hard. Be diligent. A little rest, a little sleep, and poverty will creep upon your boss like a bandit, like an armed robber. Work hard. Yeah? Hope y'all get that, my people. That is the scripture for the day. Proverbs 6:10-11. Check your Bible and read it. You understand me? Of course, we give thanks to the Most High God, for it is in Him we live and move and we have our being, and we are forever grateful. For the Lord is our shepherd, and we shall not want. You understand me? Yes, indeed. Yeah. All right. PSG has scored. I think there's a VAR check on the goal. This would be number 3. If it goes through, Barcola is the man with the goal. Yeah, man. The St. Lucia number 9 and the St. Lucia number 11, which is Thierry and Byron. They are both products of the Mount Pleasant Academy. So on yesterday, I think, do you know, I don't know if you noticed that there are close to 11 Mount Pleasant Academy players at the tournament. Cayman, Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, and Haiti. So good work again by Mount Pleasant. You understand me? Giving the rest of clubs in Jamaica a run for their money when it comes on to, preparing and developing youth. So in the Jamaica team, you had 3, and then you had 2 on the St. Lucia team. You have from Cayman Islands, from Barbados, and then you have at least 4 Haitians who are also at the Mount Pleasant Academy. And so that is good. That is good to see there that a lot of these players are developing in Jamaica. And as you can see from the game yesterday, the number 9 and the number 11, they were a thorn in the flesh of the Jamaican defense. Just heard from the coaching staff over there, and their thing is that this, they believe, was one of the worst performances by the team since they have been working with them. And so it is good that, again, in their worst performance, they were still able to win the game. I watched the El Salvador versus Cayman Island game. The Cayman team really, in the second half, really started playing out of the back, right? Playing out of the back, and they looked very, very good playing out of the back in the second half. But by this time, they were down by 6 goals, and El Salvador had made some changes. But given what I've seen from the El Salvador team, I believe that Jamaica can beat them. Ideally, the case is this: I don't think El Salvador will be dominant over St. Lucia. St. Lucia has a very good team. So I see that being a very close game. I also see that game being a tight game, which means Jamaica wins. They force El Salvador to try and win the last game. But to be safe, I think Jamaica needs to score like 10 goals against the Cayman Islands. They have to go all guns blazing, score 10 goals, and then go from there. But I still believe in that last game, they can secure victory in that last game. Like I said, overall, there is much that we can complain about in terms of the team. But I will say this, the pass completion and passing accuracy, when you look at the stats of this Jamaican team, were the possession was in the high 70s. The passing, the disparity between the Jamaican and the St. Lucian was massive, right? Over 700 and odd passes completed by the Jamaican team. You remember when Erroneous came to Jamaica, one of the first things that he spoke to was the need for the national team to be able, his challenge to them was to make over 765 over 400. The Jamaican team needed to improve to having over 400 passes, right? And so that is it. Okay. All right, Joseph Brown, taking crap. Let me just put up this comment. I'd love for you to call in Joseph Brown. Taking crap. I don't know, but I think you probably say talking crap. The St. Lucian goalkeeper is a size of we took more direct shots, we would have scored more. And I doubt El Salvador will make that mistake. Okay, we will see. We will see. I am telling you that El Salvador will not, let me say it again, El Salvador will not dominate the St. Lucia team. I'm happy to see Stern John, who is the coach of the St. Lucia senior team. He's also at the tournament. And this St. Lucian team has been in preparation, in domestic preparation, in camp for a long time. So I am all right. We should have scored more goals. So I'm not talking about the Jamaican performance. I'm addressing Joseph Brown comment. El Salvador cannot score, even with what you call a short goalkeeper. Cannot score 8 on St. Lucia. I guarantee you that. They cannot. They cannot. So they cannot. I guarantee you that. I think sometimes when we look at some of these teams, and I'm going to talk about Caribbean football a little, we underestimate, and this is Jamaica's thing. Jamaica have this idea that there's no team in the world that is supposed to beat us in anything at all. That's an idea from Jamaican that sometimes I wonder about. Like, where do we get this thing? We talk like we are powerhouses in football, in global football. El Salvador cannot score so many goals on St. Lucia, boss. So Joseph Brown, call in and make me talk about this. So I want to know, what is the crop? You believe that El Salvador, I believe Jamaica could have scored more goals. While I agree with you that we could have taken more shots, but even without taking more shots, I think we created enough opportunities to score more than we did. There you go. I agree with you, young cryptic. We should have. But no, I had moved on to the yeah, right. Sorry. So let me give it a right. So Jamaica 74% in terms of possession, 21 shots, 4 on target, 4 big chances created, 11 corners, right? 408 completed passes to 94, sorry, by the St. Lucian. So that is the pass completion stats. All right. So yeah. All right. So that's big point, young cryptic. Yeah. I think so. I think they can hurt El Salvador, boss. And I think sometimes, bless up Jason Guna, Chorus, you understand me, Conrad Simis, bless up yourself, Peter Mystic, bless up. Does not matter does in the St. Lucia match, as we take care of them is all that matters. There you go. Big point again, which is what Jamaica needs to do. Just beat them. Just beat them. And I think we can. Like I said, there's a couple of players that were ill with the flu who my understanding that they are fully recovered this morning and they'll be good and ready to go. But the bigger issue I'm having is just the Caribbean performances. I think, and maybe I feel like, I don't know if there are other platforms like these in the other Caribbean. All right, don't worry, Jason Guna. Let me show you where I have it. Bam. Let me send it to you right now. This is what I use, sir. So bam, 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 bam. All right. So you get it, Jason Guna. Just check your phone. You know, sir, I'm a virgin, you know. Yeah. All right. So, people, we're going to look at, because games are going on now, you know, as we speak, you know, but we're going to look at we're going to look at, let me just bring up the stats for the match. Some of the stats for the match. So we can, while I speak, we can look at some of the stats before we get into to certain other things, right? So let me just show you some of the stats, and then we can, break down and look at some of them and talk a little bit. So there you go. Those are the stats. Jamaica, there you go. So those are the stats from the site that I use, all right? Okay, so moving right along. So I am now going to give you some of the score lines from some of the other games, because this is crucial to Caribbean football. I don't know if I should call it the failure of Caribbean football, or where Caribbean football needs to step up. The Caribbean Cup is basically done, where you'd have the Caribbean nations playing, and people talk about fixture congestion and all of that. And because of the fixture congestion, we are not able to basically, we're not able to play at the senior level. All right, but let me give you some of these. So starting from Friday, Belize 7, Dominica 0, Turks and Caicos 3. I think this is U.S. Virgin Island 0, Nicaragua 6, Barbados 0, British Virgin Island 4, St. Martin 0, Curacao 6, Bermuda 1, Trinidad and Guyana ended 1-1. You know that some of the Guyanese players, I think a couple of the Guyanese players, they play for Kingston College in Manning Cup. You have a Trinidad player that plays for Stets and one that plays for Monroe. So a lot of the players in this tournament actually play in Jamaica. Then you have Nicaragua 1, Belize 0, Canada 6, Turks and Caicos 0, Mexico 8, Dominica 0, Trinidad 3, British Virgin Island 0, Bermuda 3. I think this is Aruba 1, is it? All right. Then Costa Rica 12, St. Martin 0, Dominica Republic 1, Aruba 0, Puerto Rico 3, Bonaire 0, Cuba 3, St. Kitts and Nevis 1, Jamaica 3, St. Lucia 1, Panama 8, Grenada 0, Honduras 3, St. Martin 1, USA 22, the Virgin Islands 0, El Salvador 8, Cayman 0, Barbados and Dominica playing, Curacao and Turks and Caicos playing, Mexico takes on Belize today, Guyana takes on St. Martin, Haiti is in action against St. Vincent today, Canada plays today as well, and Costa Rica. My thing is that I think we need to have the Caribbean youths playing more Caribbean tournaments. Yes, so the number 9 and the number 11 from St. Lucia are both Thierry is his name, and Byron, the one who scored. Both players are at Mount Pleasant Academy. All right. So my thing is that we have to find a way. I know Jamaica has a MOU with Trinidad and Tobago, and that allows for both teams to play. We have to find a way though to play some regional tournaments. I know recently there was the under-15 championship that Jamaica went to in Trinidad. I think we need to find a lot more of those, right? We have 10, 12 teams come stay. No, man, I told him, no, Jason, maybe, hold on, let me take Jason Gordon, all right? Jason Gordon, I told the powers that be about the Mount Pleasant players, It's a good thing Haiti not, because, that little youngster named Franco? Franco is there, playing for Haiti, but we're not in Jamaica zone. But Barbados have a goalkeeper. Bahamas, some Mount Pleasant players are scattered. You also have some KC players that play for Guyana. You have some Trinidad players that play. One play at Stets, one play at you have a Grenadian that plays at Monroe. You have a Trinidadian that plays for Stets. So They have players who play in Jamaica scattered across the league. But the thing is, though, that is one part of it that is very good. To see so many Caribbean islands having players in Jamaica developing their craft through the schoolboy football and through the academies, and even some of the club teams. We see more clubs signing Caribbean players, which is very, very good. But my point is, why can't we put on like tournaments every 3 months in different territories? Find a sponsor where Jamaica and Trinidad and Guyana, like 4 or 5 teams, and Cuba and Haiti, 4, 5, 6 teams can meet up in one area and play just a tournament to keep on preparing the players. Yeah, man, Thierry and Byron are both at Mount Pleasant. In St. Lucia, no, sir. No. I should send you the post with them still, but I can't. I'm going to send you the post, Jason. But they're at Mount Pleasant, man. Yeah. They play for Mount Pleasant Juniors. They play for the Mount Pleasant Juniors in Tier 2. So if you watch Tier 2, you will see them playing. Except like for Jump and Nolan and Earl were part of it, yeah. Yeah. But I told them about, but we're not in the group with Haiti. I told them about the Haitian players who are very good. But what do you think, people? Do you believe that we need to have more CFU youth tournaments to help in the fostering the development of under 17s and under 15? And I think this should be both on the girl side, and on the boy side. Somehow CFU, I think Randy Harris have to find a way. I mean, Barbados has a nice turf field over there. Jamaica has the Captain Horace Burrell Center. I think Jamaica has enough dorm facilities with dorms, because Mount Pleasant holds 100 people. Mount Pleasant Academy, for example, can hold 100. So you can bring 3 teams to Mount Pleasant. Right? Some of the Premier League clubs have houses for the players where they could actually host a team. You have GC Foster, you have UWI, UTEC, you have the Captain Horace Burrell Center. I think we can do that. I think we can do that and just improve the game across the Caribbean. All right, let me hear what DW is saying. DW is saying CFU has to deal with it, but I think it's more to do with 18 to 14. The focus needs to be, even if I look at the 9, he's underdeveloped physically. Well, that I understand your point. But I think it may be a little bit more difficult to move like 9 and 8 years old across the Caribbean. That is why I'm thinking, like, from 13 to say 16. And I'm saying especially because every year you have World Cup qualifiers for the U17. I think we need to look at this. I think we need to look at it. If every year there's going to be qualifiers for U17 World Cup, CFU has to make sure that every single year of these qualifiers, there is a CFU team in it. And that can be done if Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Barbados and Grenada and St. Lucia and St. Kitts and Haiti and Cuba begin to play more tournaments with the youngsters. Rob Simi says, I think there should be a CFU tournament on the senior level, just local players. So I definitely agree on the junior side. Yeah, but how does it work? I think we have to find out how it works on the senior side with league competition, because like the Jamaica Premier League now season, the regular season is 39 games, I believe, it's 3 rounds, So that's a lot of game, The congestion, even for the JPL clubs, is tough because those who even played on Sunday, they have league games this week, Wednesday and Thursday. So it can be congested, and I can understand if people are not so keen on doing it regularly at the senior level. But I agree with you, Rob Smith. It's something we need to look at. But the congestion in the local club fixtures across the Caribbean would probably affect that. What I think is what should happen is what I see now, where there's a great exchange of players across the Caribbean. I would never think like you would have Surinamese players in Jamaica, players from Haiti, players from the DR. This is what you want to see, because at the senior level, I think this will raise the standard of the Jamaican players, while it will add value to those players coming in from other places. Yeah. Need to move away from schoolboy football to develop players. In the US, players play 10 to 11 months a year in active competition from 8 years old. Agree? Yeah. Agree. I agree with you. I agree with that. That's a good point as well. Very good point. I totally appreciate and understand that. Totally appreciate and understand that. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. All right, people, come on, continue to hit the like button. Yeah. All right. US Eagle Republic. Now, I am not saying that the USV need to beat the US. But what I'm saying though is that I believe if there's focus on Caribbean unity, then maybe the USV, even with its 87,000 population, can be more competitive than conceding 22 goals. I'm not saying that they will beat the US, but I'm saying that they could be more competitive. I'd love to hear from Coach Vin Blaine, Isn't Coach Vin Blaine over there? I need to reach out to him, understand. I think he's a part of the USV. Let me see if I can find out. I wonder if I can let me see if I can get Coach Blaine. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can get him. I don't know. I will try and see. Maybe he can give us some insight. There you go. That's what I'm saying, Rob Smith. We can move again, regardless of how small one nation population is. We can do better. All right. Big up Andre. I was asked some question, development is multi-pronged. It has different areas of it. So it is, yeah, it has several components to it. It's not one thing. There's no one thing that can be seen or viewed. So I love to hear, when I think about development, I think about the physical infrastructure, minutes being played. I think about availability of the best coaches, teaching the right principles to the kids at an early age. So environment is important. The education in terms of the game, the technical, the tactical, financial resources, right? Again, tournaments, games, proper training, proper coaches. It's all inclusive. It's all inclusive. So many things can be right. It's like a car. The engine, the battery, the steering wheel, the tires, all make up the car. It's not one thing. Everything is important. And I'm saying that one of the important things is getting the younger players again to play more Caribbean-based tournament before we get into CONCACAF tournaments. Andre, I don't think you can wrong me for saying that. What? All right. So, but Eagle, even with such a small population, they have an under 17 team. That means they are able to produce ballers. So I am saying, if these under 17 players, look at Turks and the Caicos. Remember, a few seasons ago, from the Turks, Cavaliers had a midfielder that was starting for them from the Turks. Oh, what's his name again? Oh, my Lord. Somebody from Cavaliers. What is the midfielder name? He was a starter at Cavaliers a few seasons ago in the JPL. So not because they're 87,000, that doesn't stop them from producing talent because they have a team. And I'm saying the fact that they have a team, it simply means that the team can be better. And part of the way of getting that better is them being exposed to playing with, players in their same age group in different environment and more games. That way, I'm telling you, they will improve before they get to the CONCACAF tournaments. Cadet. The player name is Cadet. Cadet is from the Turks and Caicos, a young player who came to Jamaica and played for Cavaliers. So there is talent there. And playing at Cavaliers really improved him. So when he went to play, he went back and played in their senior team and was a standout. So even though the numbers may be small, it also provides the opportunity, I believe, for them to improve. These are some other stats from the game. The Jamaica versus, see, we hit the woodwork 2 times. 21 shots, 4 on target, 14 shots off target, 3 block shots. So you can see that it was a fairly dominant performance by the Jamaican team in the game yesterday. So I think both on the male and on the female side, CFU has to come together, because if CFU comes together, then things will be better. I think that is what the fight and the needs to be like. How can we help to make each other better? They are doing it at the coaching level, where all the coaches are doing similar courses across the Caribbean. You see, what I want to see more of is more Jamaican coaches who have a certification moving across the Caribbean. Like how you see the Stern Johnny, you see Shabazz from Trinidad out there in Guyana. We want to see the Kendall Mercury, who is always on this platform, who have his UEFA license, coming to coach in Jamaica. We want to see people like Andre Fortune, who has his UEFA license and running academy, coming and coaching in Trinidad, coaching in Jamaica. We want to see Angus Eve getting coaching job in Jamaica and Theodore Whitmore getting coach. That's what we want to see. Because as a Caribbean, I believe we can all get better as we make each other better. And if we do it at the coaching level, we can do it at the playing level. I was so happy to hear Russell Latopi and Dwight York. Catch it. He's from El Salvador now. Must be from El Salvador. You're praying. You're putting up the praying emoji. You better pray, because Jamaica is going to beat El Salvador. People, look out for this name, right? Look out for this name when Jamaica play El Salvador, and remind him, Jamaica going to the World Cup. All right, we will see Eagle Republic. We must also remember that the Cayman team wasn't strong either, So everything must be viewed in context. Jamaica played a tougher game than El Salvador played. Yeah, so we have to bear that in mind. All right, we have to bear that in mind. Yeah, Kashimban, I think that is how it is pronounced. Don't worry, Jamaica going to the World Cup, the U17 that is. You tell me, Andre, you have to tell me. Remember, say how many generations of players will we lose? Waiting for the new licensed coaches to get the understanding and experience necessary to be competent in developing. You tell me. So I am trying to find what is your solution, Mr. Andre? Come on before the game. Sorry, I keep calling you before the game and forget that I changed your name to behind the scenes. You know, Mr. Behind the Scenes, come on and tell me. I sent you the link. Call in. Tell me. What is your solution? I am proposing that Caribbean integration will help with development. All right, fine. If you don't believe so, Mr. Behind the Scenes, what is your solution? That is what I want to hear now. Rubbish my solution. Fine. What is your solution? Come and tell the people what your solution is. Because it's okay to say a man's solution don't make no sense, you know. What is your solution? People, that is what I want. I don't mind if my solution or my suggestion is rubbish, but make sure you have one that makes sense. Give me yours, Mr. Behind the Scenes. People, I put it to you. You will hear no more right now. You will hear no more right now. The cat is going to get his tongue. I am sure. Mr. Speed, what is the solution? What is the solution? I think Caribbean integration in sports will help. I have seen that in track and field. Who from the Caribbean we would say had the best performance at the Olympics? Isn't it a young lady from St. Lucia? What is the population in St. Lucia? Wasn't she at St. Catherine High? Alfred? Come on. Delano Williams. Wasn't he in Jamaica? Should we go on? Zarnell Barnes. Didn't he develop in Jamaica through our track and field thing? So integration is important. It's an important aspect of the overall development of the CFU players so we can move on to CONCACAF and become, more competitive, especially for the lower ranked Caribbean countries. I need somebody now. So until Zarnell Hughes, yes, Zarnell Hughes. There you go. Yeah, you would know his name, because he's a KC man, right, Drew? Fortis. You see how quick you fly out about Hughes? Zarnell Hughes. You see how quick you fly out? Drew is a KC man. You want to make sure someone don't get him name wrong. You see how quick you fly out? You see you KC people. Big up yourself, Joe. All right. But CC made some utterance. I mean, I think he was speaking somewhere else. All right, let me just take this question before I get to CC. Mannings, man, how long is Freddie Butler's contract? I believe we need continuity at the junior level. Over the years, we have done a horrible job in matriculating juniors up through the ranks. I don't know the length of his contract, but I would want to believe that if the team doesn't qualify, that could be the end of it. I don't know. All right. I think if the team qualifies, goes on, do well at the World Cup, then there could be a contract extension. I don't know. So, because I don't know. Only people like Mr. Dennis Strong and Mr. Rudolph Speed, I think, would be able to answer that question. I don't know. But I'd want to believe like all contracts probably come to an end at the end of a World Cup cycle. All right. So I just said, I am sure. Then my friend behind the scene says, I am not sure. the leaders interested in solutions. We don't handle feedback well. So it seems a waste having the discussion. That is why questions are asked. I don't think it is a waste, man. I think if we keep on asking, what we need is that in other Caribbean territories, we need to have these kind of discussions. Because a lot of the Caribbean people, we have people from Antigua, we have people from St. Vincent, we have people from Grenada, we have people from Trinidad. On these Jamaican platforms, discussing Jamaica's football. They need to have these discussions in their own countries. Because everybody across the Caribbean seem to know what the solution is to Jamaica football in problems. So most of the other Caribbean islands have, and this is good. This is good. Keep on subscribing. Keep on watching. They come onto these platforms. They also need to have the discussions in their own territories. We have none other than the one and only, the one who is normally behind the scenes. Now he has come to the forefront of all things. Mr. Before the Game, welcome to I Am Sure Sports, my friend. Good afternoon. I know how to call you out.
You know how to call me out? You're thinking, though. How you doing, man?
I'm giving that. I'm giving that. I don't know. Look like somebody from I don't know. Oh, he has. All right. I was one.
Is that the phone system in your neck of the woods,
No.
or my phone system that's doing that?
I was wondering if it is somebody from Trinidad. I heard that you were coming on and said, let me just cut off this man's phone and the next thing we talk about Trinidad football.
Well, my phone has nothing to do with Trinidad, so they can't cut my phone.
Yeah, man. What's going on? Talk to me.
Not much. Man, these are discussions. Football, from my perspective, we have to be honest about football. And we have, if we want to improve, that's the first thing. We have to be willing. You can't have the discussion and in the middle of the discussion say that everybody in Jamaica or in the Caribbean seems to have the solution, right? Then you're not having a serious discussion. You have some stats up on the screen, and I don't have to make any excuses because everybody knows my position. I want the Caribbean football to do well. I want Jamaica to do well. I want Trinidad to do well. Whoever, Guyana, Grenada, whatever the case may be. But when you watch the English-speaking Caribbean teams in this tournament, you said just now that Jamaica was dominant. Trinidad probably feel the way in their game. Do you think that translates to the next level from what we saw?
The next level?
No, I'm not asking you to answer that. I don't want to get you in trouble. Hold on. You don't have to answer that. We have to look at the football and say, yes, this is comparable to what Costa Rica is doing, to what Mexico is doing, right? So right now, if you know the facilities to begin with that exist in Costa Rica, and when we start talking about things like facilities, we make excuses. But we have to want the best for our children, to develop our children. We can't wait until we go to these tournaments and get exposed to start talking about development. We have to be honest about it. And development it's not going to happen in 6 months, right? Or even in 12 months, right? Development is over a period of time, right? Because kids go through different stages of development and could consume different levels of information during those stages. So we can't take a 15-year-old or 16-year-old and just say to them, well, in 6 months' time, they're going to be ready to compete with Costa Rica and Guatemala and Mexico, right? Or even Spain, Germany, England. It's a process, right, that needs to happen outside of the national team setup as well. And that's what's happening all around the world. We are seriously invested in schoolboy football. In Trinidad, we know that for sure. does that get a player to the level where he or she compete at the international level with these teams? Did you see Costa Rica?
Yeah, man, I watched Costa Rica game and I was watching part of the USA game.
Right. Are those dominant performances?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, USA scored 22 goals. They dominated against a team, an inferior team. But that, like somebody, this is where the public. Go ahead.
So, in your opinion, what was the difference? What did you see the difference between the CFU teams, right, and a team like Costa Rica or the USA or Mexico? What did you see the difference was? Or what were the differences?
So there are CFU teams that did well. I think Jamaica did well. I believe.
No, hold on. We're not. Hold on. You're talking about.
But I cannot.
Are you talking about showing up? Let me tell you what I'm talking about.
But here's the thing, Andre. Here's the thing. You know, I have not interrupted you. So if you're asking rhetorical,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you're asking rhetorical,
don't discipline me. Go ahead.
If you're asking rhetorical questions, I'm saying I'm fine. You can go ahead and answer. I will not interrupt you. All right.
Okay.
So I believe overall, when I look at teams getting from the Caribbean getting 22 and 8 and 6 on a consistent basis, my point is that if we were to collaborate as the Caribbean, where more of these smaller islands that have a smaller population, there was an integration, then what would happen is that the standards would be elevated across the Caribbean. But there are Caribbean teams that did well. I do not believe that Costa Rica can give Jamaica. I do not believe that USA can give Trinidad or Jamaica 22-0 at this tournament. I do not believe that. So there is a standard. I do not believe that Costa Rica can give Haiti 8-0 in this tournament. I do not believe. I believe Haiti can beat them. I believe like a Jamaica team can also beat them and a Trinidad team. I believe that. But it is more competitive than when they play against a Dominica or a Aruba, or not even a Cayman Island or a Bahamas. And I'm saying that what we need to look at is how can all of these smaller nations benefit from what is happening in the Jamaica and stuff. So when I look at domination, I look at, for example, a team can win by 2 goals, but still be dominant because they had great possession of the ball. They passed the ball, they pass completion, passing accuracy. So score line is one indicator, but your possessional stats and your passing accuracy is also a next indicator, because I've watched Barcelona, I've watched Spain win games by 1, but they were dominant.
Right, so could I interrupt before you go too far?
I am done, man. You can go ahead.
So, and I agree with you there. You're absolutely correct. So we need to stop looking at outcome only and look at the process, how we did here. So while I agree with you that USA will not give Trinidad 22 in this tournament or Jamaica 22 in this tournament, the question is, will they dominate a game against these two teams? Will they dominate again? Right now, the English-speaking Caribbean has conceded more than 80 goals, right, and scored less than 30 goals in this current tournament. We continue to wait until these tournaments come up. We don't have good results, and then we start talking about development, right? Somebody's making the comparison to BVI versus the USA. Well, I don't agree that because BVI is small that they cannot be competitive. I believe that, and I don't believe this arbitrarily. I believe this because I've been a part of a football club that's been very small in size, develop players, and put players, not only put players in the professional game, but has gone overseas and be competitive, right? And win games against big clubs with millions of dollars. So I'm not saying this from a place of, I'm just pulling it out of the sky. It's based on experience. What is required for us to do that in the region? Look, you talking about collaboration, why we weren't able, why there was I understand that there was a proposal put together to make traveling around the region easier and less cost effective. And we didn't do that. We didn't come together and do that, right? Do you really believe that we could come together and work together with everybody have different interests to try to improve football in the region? I don't see it.
Okay, I believe it is. This is where you and I differ. I believe that there is enough people that have met, right? The female president for Turks and Caicos football, I think she wants integration. The leader out there in Grenada, he wants integration. The new president of Trinidad and Tobago wants Caribbean integration. What's his name? St. Kitts and Nevis, former MLS player. He wants this integration. So I think there's enough young, new leadership in place that somebody needs to, Randy Harris, who is the president of CFU, needs to probably now seek to do this. I think it is possible. It is possible. And I like what Jason Guna is saying, Andre, because I think it is unfair for us to compare a small club with a small country. So if you say the club is small, it may still have a lot of resources. A small country may not have as much resources. And I'm not making excuse. But let me just say this, people. Let me just say this, Andre, right? Dwight York came to Jamaica and he spoke highly of what Mount Pleasant has. He said he has never seen, if you watch the interview, he said he has never seen, he really thanked them. He said the facilities, the amount of training surfaces, the dormitories, they had like recovery booths and they had a fully laid out gym and they had a swimming pool for recovery. They had canteen area, proper, all of those things, all right? Good surfaces. Mount Pleasant have that at the academy. That's one. That is very good. There is also Ballers that has a very good system and football and stuff. So while we need a lot more, I believe the Captain Horace Burrell Center is decent and can be used as well. There are other places, I believe, in Jamaica, because not everywhere in Jamaica is terrible. It is not up to world-class standard, and I don't know that if Jamaica or Trinidad can have 20, 30 world-class standard facility like what you have in England, and maybe we should not make those places our standard because we don't have the resources to have like 6 of what you see at Arsenal in Jamaica. We don't have it and it would not be able to be maintained.
What resources do we not have? What resources do we not have, management?
Jamaica don't have, first thing, there's no stadium in the Caribbean should be built to host 60,000 people like the Emirates Stadium, boss. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, fair enough. But what resources?
We don't have there's no place in Jamaica right now that we can build the kind of world-class parking facility and security like what they have at the Emirates and a stadium. No place in Jamaica. You may have land in Trinidad. You'd have to tell me, somebody would have to come and tell me where in Jamaica you can dedicate so much land. No, I'm telling you. So that's the first thing. The land. The land. Let's talk about the land space.
So hold on a minute. Right now, we have a bunch of fields that exist, right? Do you believe that, first to begin, before we even go to the fields, who owned Mount Pleasant?
Peter Gould.
Right.
Peter Gould is nowhere. But Peter Gould, what I'm saying.
Hold on.
No, but you're having a different discussion.
It's not. It's not a different discussion.
Right,
Peter Gould is taking.
Yeah.
Peter Gould is taking his resources. He came to Jamaica. He has no connection to Jamaica, right? Except for how he feels about Jamaica. He's taken his resources and he set up an academy in Jamaica that you just talked about.
Yes.
That Dwight complimented.
Yes.
Right? And right, where is our Peter Gould? Where's our Peter Gould? So you're telling me there's nobody.
That is not what I am talking about, though. What I am
talking about development.
No.
We're talking about development.
Listen to my point again. I want to listen to my point, right? What Mount Pleasant have when you listen to Dwight York, it is a high standard. I went on to say, if you go to Sober, I think it is called, where Arsenal Academy, they used to call it London Coney, I think. But now they changed the name, the Arsenal training facility. When you look at what they have there, to replicate that in Jamaica, London, right, there you go, Jason. I think they changed the name, London Colony. But they changed the name, right, to some SOBHA, I think, Sober, I think, right? When you look at what they have there, I am saying to you that Jamaica may not able to afford that right across the parishes in Jamaica, whether it be private investor or not, because you don't have the resources to use it or to generate income from it. All right? So listen to my point. My point is, if we have one or two at that level, that should be accepted. But there will be others that are at a high level that, while it may not be like what they have at Stamford Bridge and what they have at Barcelona, that cannot be our standard for everything we build, because we don't have, it cannot be. Because not every country in the world is taking what is at Barcelona to replicate in their country. You have to think about the resources. What will those stadiums be used for? So if Jamaica built a stadium that holds 60,000 people, Andre, it would suffer significant losses.
I am not saying that. Don't put that on me.
But that's what I said. I said, and that is what I'm saying. I want you to listen to me, because the point I made is, can we take the Emirates and replicate it in Jamaica? That's what I said.
Right, we don't need to do that.
Then we agree, because that's
we don't need to do that.
Okay.
But what we do need to do is have pitches that are at international standard that we use for training, for developing players, for playing football matches. Look, you're talking about games. You're talking about the CFU, right? And I'm only using Jamaica because this is a Jamaican program, and you started the conversation about Jamaica. Jamaica has tourism, right? Tourism. You are telling me that you're talking about games. Do you not believe that the footballing population in Jamaica would benefit if they're having teams a few times for the year coming from right here in America to play in Jamaica? You'd feel that people wouldn't want to come to Jamaica for a tournament, right? That would help develop the Jamaican players and enjoy, what tourists enjoy as well while they're there. Do you not think people want to be a part of that? So here's what I'm saying to you. Hold on. Hold on. Let me say this before you interject. Ever since I started to come onto your program, I'm trying to say this, and I don't know how else to say. As a people, we have to care enough about our young people and want the best for them to begin this. That's the first resource that we need. I am not sure that resource exists, because if you listen to what is taking place, when some of the comments, even what we always hear, what we cannot do. We have to want the best because we do it for our biological children. We have to want the best for the children that take sport as an activity that they want to excel in. So we have to want to give them the best surfaces possible, the best balls to play with, the best coaches. We have to do our best in that regard. I am not so sure that is happening.
Okay. So here's the point I am making. We do not disagree, Andre. You and I agree that environment is very important to development. I said that. No, nobody has ever disagreed with that. We all agree that if we had world-class facilities in Jamaica, Barcelona would probably come here and have camps. Nobody is disagreeing with that. But what Barcelona considers world-class facility, all right, what will it take for that to be built in Jamaica?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go
Possibly.
ahead. So tell me what it is.
You want me to tell you?
So, yeah, go ahead. So in Jamaica, we're going to build.
I heard.
I want
Okay,
listen,
go ahead. Sorry.
I want to be finished because I don't want us to be sidetracked. So Listen to me. So Barcelona wants a world-class facility in Jamaica to come here. You are going to tell me what we need to establish that in Jamaica. Go ahead.
No, don't.
I have not changed the question. That's the same question.
No. But you try to enjoy the luxury of phrasing my response into. Look, let me tell you this, right? There was Cranky did a show and interviewed someone from Trinidad and talk about the analysis that FIFA did about Trinidad and Tobago football. Okay, I think you spoke to that in the video as well, right? Sometime in the past. You have an analysis just like that as well. Okay, one of the things that FIFA talk about is having a strategic plan, and every leader in the Caribbean tells you, yeah, we have a plan, but you can't go online and find it. But I could find Spain, Japan, England, everybody's strategic plan, but we cannot find one for the Caribbean. Hear what I'm saying to you. FIFA has pointed out that to progress in the football, you need a strategic plan. They have said to them, how to create a strategic plan. So let me say to you, you are the richest guy in Jamaica, right? Hypothetically, management, you might be in reality, but you're the richest man in Jamaica, or one of, and somebody comes to you and say, management, we want $5 million to fund football, right? That's one scenario. Second scenario is they come to you and say, look, management, we want to develop football in Jamaica. We'd like you to be part of it because we know you like football, okay? We know you like football. We're going to build a strategic plan. We'd like you to be part of that building of the strategic plan, right? Which scenario do you think is more likely for that person to get involved and put the money in football?
Of course, you have to have a strategic plan.
No. The two scenarios. Which scenario?
The one
me coming to you with and just ask you for $5 million or for $1 million, or me coming to you and ask you to have a seat at the table and be part of the building of the plan.
Like I agree with
you. See, you're not answering question.
No, but I'm answering the question. But when I'm answering, you're going to interrupt me, and then you say I'm not answering. The one that I'll take is where I'm invited with a seat at the table. We have had this discussion before. That is not my argument, though. I am not so here. Go ahead. You go ahead. I'm going to let you continue.
Hold on. That's why I said to you earlier that I don't know that we need to have this discussion because those guys have the information. Right. They have the information, so here, and they've been directed.
And I'm saying to you, and I agree with you because the argument. That's what I'm saying, that the argument that you're having is not the one that I'm having. Somehow you believe that what you're saying is connected to what I am saying, and it is not. I agree with you that the lack of a strategic plan, whether it's online or not, it should be like all the other major territory. And if you want to say, because there is no strategic plan online where people can see and people are not being given a seat at the table and therefore people are not willing to invest, people are not going to build world-class stadiums until we begin to put strategic plans in place where people, stakeholders are invited, then it is not going to happen. I agree with you. I agree with you. That is not my argument, though. That is not my argument.
What is the argument?
So let me give you a next scenario that will perfectly explain my argument. There is a strategic plan for track and field. There is success from track and field. It has become a multi-million-dollar industry, track and field. When you look at the likes of richest sportswoman in the Caribbean and stuff, and Bolt and Asaf and all of those things, and still yet with a strategic plan, we don't see stadiums being built that can facilitate proper. Even Jamaica cannot host an international track and field meet right now. It's not for a lack of a strategic plan online. They have that. But who is going to build a brand new stadium? And when you build a brand new stadium, where after the big event, what is going to happen Is there a demand in the country? Will there, when we build a 60-seat stadium like the Emirates, let me go back to that. When the game is finished, who is going to keep and maintain a 60,000-seat stadium in Jamaica with a massive parking lot to facilitate that, all kind of shops and stuff in there with museum? Who is going to maintain all of that? If we cannot maintain a stadium without seats, or a field without seats, how are we going to maintain? If we can't maintain the national stadium, how are we supposed to build a bigger stadium with better facilities and maintain it? If we can't maintain the little 30,000 one that we have, that is my point.
Could I come in now?
Go ahead.
I don't know who is arguing that we need to build a 60,000 seat stadium. The conversation is about development. Development, you spend.
No,
hold
Andre,
on.
The argument was over world-class facilities.
Yes, training pitches, yes.
All right.
It doesn't mean it has to be 60 million.
Hold on. So forget about the 60 stadium. All right. Explain to me, what is Mount Pleasant a world-class facility?
I have not been to Mount Pleasant.
All right.
To see Mount Pleasant.
Is there any world-class hold on. Give me an example of a world-class facility that you believe it's reasonable for us to look at that and say that could be in Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Lucia, Dominica, wherever, St. Kitts. Give me
what I've seen in Costa Rica. The little bit I've seen of what exists in Costa Rica. I've seen the stadium. I've seen some stuff about the training pitches that they're using. I believe those are world-class facilities. And I believe that we can have that. What does your national stadium need right now? What could make your national stadium move from where it is closer to a world-class facility? What would it need?
What would
what would your
no what
but we talking development, and let me give you training pitches. Training pitches,
so
because we spend.
So let me give you. I'm going to answer you. You have to let me answer if you ask me a question. You know. All right. So our national stadium will need a brand new surface, removing of the cycle track, removing of the track for athletics, that has to be removed. The cycle track has to be removed. The whole how the stadium is built, it needs to be knocked down completely. Build up a brand new set of stands, designed completely different. Every changing room, in other words, for me, world class means knocking down the entire stadium and starting from scratch. There's nothing, in my eyes, there's nothing there that would remain except the statues on the outside.
And what we're going to say that we don't have the resources to that. That's the job of our leaders.
No, but
the job of our
Andre,
leaders.
but you're going to a different discussion now.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not.
You just asked me, what would it take for the stadium to be world class?
Right, and you said knocking it down and rebuilding it.
All right, so
I'm not going to fight that.
So
I would prefer that.
So let me say this now. So I have been to some of the places you have talked, and I went to training at in a couple of days in Nicaragua, where the only thing they have is their turf for the national stadium. They don't really have a grass field that you can train on, so you have to train on the turf. That's what they have in Nicaragua by their FIFA funding. It is not the best in Nicaragua. They play hockey on it and all of that, but that is what they have. They still are producing, as you can see when they play Jamaica and other teams with football. I've gone to Honduras as an example, and we use one of the top clubs' facility. It is very, very good. Very, very good. But listen, it is not world-class training facility. Where we train in Costa Rica is not world-class training facility. We have training surfaces. When we went to Cincinnati, where we train in the USA, is not world-class. So this idea that if you're in the USA everywhere, let me tell you again, when Jamaica were in the Gold Cup and we were going to play at the stadium in Cincinnati, we were sent to a field, and that field was not world-class. It is good, and the facility is good, but it was way out in the bushes, boss. Good standard,
Mannings,
but not world class.
Mannings, let me say this to you. We need visionary leadership. We need people that not going to look at what Nicaragua have or doesn't have and say, well, they don't have this. And we need to find out what is the best that we can get for our people, right? Where we want to go. And that's why I say,
You see, that's it. Hold on, let me give you a big answer. But that's the point I'm making.
hold on. Let me finish this point.
Man, I'm clapping
This
you.
because
You're making a good point. Let me give you a big answer. Go ahead.
no, we need a strategic plan with a long-term development plan. We need to provide good facilities. Probably the best training facilities in North Carolina. We use it, right? There's other facilities that I could go and pay $40 an hour for. I'm paying $100 an hour because it's the best facility. I'm sacrificing revenue, potential income to pay for the best facility because I believe the best facility is what is required to the best environment is what is required to develop good players. Right? And when we talk about the development of
what I'm saying is that we agree, that
right, but here we're missing in that conversation. Here we're missing in what I just said to you. And this is the point I've been trying to make, right? And I hate to use myself to make it. But the difference between $40 and $100 is $60 that every hour could go into my pocket. I'm sacrificing that to give the kids the best environment, and they aren't my children. That's the point I'm making.
All right.
And that's what we need in the region.
All right. So here's what I'm saying.
No, respond to that.
But what I'm saying, I did clap you before you just finishing the point that I said. Let me just respond, sir. Let me respond. You and I agree that let's not talk about facility and get into a stadium setting. Just like good surfaces for our young kids to play on is pivotal to their development. That does not mean that the standard that we are supposed to have is like what they have at Arsenal. That is the only thing I've been saying. I am saying that we must have a standard that while it may not be up to the standard at Arsenal, it is close enough, especially the surfaces and the bathrooms and the environment, that it is conducive for our youngsters to learn the game in the most professional environment. That is why I brought up Mount Pleasant, because I was giving examples. While Mount Pleasant is not yet at the standard of what they have at Arsenal and those places, or even some clubs in the USA, they have multiple surfaces. They have their own watering system, so their fields are properly manicured and taken care of. They have a good gym, clean and nice with all the modern equipment. They have swimming pool. They have recovery area. They have rooms for massage. Big stuff. I also was mentioning ballers that have a level of that, and they are improving. The point I'm making is that more and more of these things, Mobile United plan on doing the same thing in terms of improving the infrastructure. Arnett Gardens have been trying to do that. They have done their resurfacing. They have a gym at Arnett Gardens. That is why the Reggae Boys are able to play there. The facilities there are continually being improved. While the issue we have is sometimes for Arnett Gardens, they don't have a training field, so they end up training on the said surface that they play on, which is not good. It's going to be used too often, because in Arnett Gardens, there is really no more space to build a next football field. And how those communities are, it may not be quite convenient for them to be outside of the community, especially when conflicts are going on. So there are other things that makes it Yeah, they have it. Sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't, which is the Charlie Smith field beside, with they work in partnership with the school. But it is not the best. This what I am, hey, unseen. So let me break this down. People, Arnett Gardens train over Charlie Smith. What Andre and I are talking about is the quality of the surface. What they train at Charlie Smith is nowhere close to the standard that a team playing in a Premier League should be training on. That is the point I'm making. That is the point.
And let me before we go too far away, the point that I think that is most important in this, we or you guys, because I'm tired of it right now. We need to hold our leaders accountable. They need to put our children first, okay, and make decisions that's in those children's best interest, right? And that needs to happen with everything that we do. And that is the platform by where development starts. And I'm going to tell you the importance of a strategic plan, right? It comes with a long-term development plan, right? So we know where we're going. We know where we are. We know where we're going. Everybody is open to it. Everybody's on board with it. And the funding of stuff, I believe, and I don't believe it because I just want to believe it. That's the reason why FIFA put it out there. It becomes easier when we bring the stakeholders to sit at the table and have them be involved in the funding of the football, in the building of the strategic plan. We can't just continue to say we have this and we have that, and every new administration comes in, they have it. They have a plan, but we can't see the plan, right? And we're not seeing the plan being implemented. Everybody has one. Yeah. But guess what? Football stopped in Trinidad recently because we had a new administration. Quote unquote professional football, it stopped. It stopped. You watch the Reggae Boys game the other night, you see the surface that they're playing? You think your national team should be playing on that surface?
No, it's not the best surface. And we agreed. That's
when Iceland went to the World Cup, in preparation to that, the build surfaces is not the only thing, but it's very, very important.
But because what I'm saying that, Andrew, one of the things that I think you keep on doing what I don't like, you almost make it seem like we are saying that surfaces are not important. And I keep on saying, we agree that surfaces are important. Because that is not the argument.
What
I'm saying though is that I keep on saying that quality surfaces is important to development. It is not the only thing, but it is very important. Nobody is disagreeing with that.
I'm not saying that you disagree, but it is so important. It is so important that I don't think we understand how important it is. Because when you're doing finishing, do you want your striker to be concerned about whether the ball is going to pop up?
I don't want to have that discussion because none of us, there's nobody on the platform that is disagreeing with you on this. This is the issue. The issue.
But yet we don't have it.
No, but so this is what we're trying to find out. What needs to, this is the question I'm asking you. This is the beginning of the question. It is not that it is not a problem. It is the solution. And I'm asking you.
Okay, so here what? When I tell you the solution, when I try to give you the solution, listen, we need to get the stakeholders to the table, the people with the resources. We need to have them be part of building the development plan for the football, the strategic plan, so that they could get involved and understand that, okay, this ground that their Phoenix play on, okay, we need an irrigation surface, we need a drainage surface on there, we need to put down a good surface, and we need a maintenance plan for it. We can fix many grounds around the region.
Who can fix many grounds?
The stakeholders.
Who are the stakeholders? When they say the stakeholders,
what do you mean, who are the stakeholders?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
The business owners, the bankers. Come on, you know the stakeholders are in football.
No, hold on. So let's just go slow down, man. So you are saying, let me just answer this question. This person was saying that they gave Jamaica what they deserve. Just relax, because the teams in that group, they all train at that facility. So the idea that every time a team goes overseas from Jamaica, where they train is world class is not true. The idea that every place except for Jamaica and the Caribbean has world-class facilities for people to train is a farce. I just gave you Honduras. I can give you multiple places that I've been to. They don't have world-class facility for training. They don't. They don't. So it's not just don't make it seem like Jamaica is the only place in the world that doesn't have facilities that are good enough and surfaces that are good enough. For people to come out here and act like every single surface in the United States of America is world class, it's a lie. And you probably can tell people that who have never been anywhere. So let me make my...
Are you speaking to me or the commenter?
I'm responding to this person that said they gave Jamaica what Jamaica deserved. When we trained in Cincinnati, when every team in the group trained there except for the USA. Go and check that. It was Copa. Go and check that. Anyways.
Maybe Ricardo Baggio
is
saying
so let me come back. Let me come back to yours. All right, because your solution is that there needs to be a strategic plan where the stakeholders,
that's where you start.
Where the stakeholders. My question to you is, who are the stakeholders that you're speaking of? You're saying to me that I know the stakeholders. This is your solution. All I am doing is trying to get your solution out there. All right?
Every and anyone in Jamaica or in the diaspora who has an interest in seeing Jamaica football become successful.
No, we're talking about Caribbean football. We're talking about Caribbean. So we don't want to single it out to Jamaica because this is a...
okay, in the Caribbean.
No, let's put it at it. Nowhere in the Caribbean has anything that qualifies for people to train on. All right, so across the Caribbean, let's put it at the worst because this is...
No, don't do that. This is something that you does in your argument.
Okay.
You go to the extreme.
All right, so
to make it impossible to have a fruitful discussion. So don't do that.
All right, so are there any facilities in the Caribbean that you think like it's sufficient?
Of course there is.
Where? Give me one. Give me one. Give me one.
Who did I see with a good turf pitch? I think in Barbados, they have a good turf pitch that FIFA put on and watch the league sometime. I think Barbados have a decent turf. There's a couple of places with turf fields.
So Barbados have turf, Aruba have so turf is a part of it then. Okay. All right. So let's come back to turf. So the Jamaica turf is not sufficient then.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Hold on. You just said leave Jamaica out. We're talking about the Caribbean.
So
right. Costa Rica have a pitch that is part grass and part plastic. That's the next level. That's the level, right? So I am not here to condemn anything that anybody has. So don't ask me if what Jamaica have is sufficient, right? I think that's unfair to me. What I'm saying to you is, and I think I'm gonna have, I think Baggio gets it, right? Our leaders need to find the resources to provide the environment that we need to develop our players.
So who is saying that? So where did I say that the leaders are not supposed to find the resources to develop?
Well, today, how long? Didn't Jamaica... Hold on. Trinidad celebrated 100 years in football recently.
Andre, every time I try to come to a point, we go on a different... So we have gone far. Because remember how I started my discussion. I was speaking about Mount Pleasant and what Dwight York said about Mount Pleasant. He didn't call it world class, but he spoke about it was the first that he had seen anything like this in the Caribbean. I was speaking about the surfaces. This is where this is stemming from, At no point did I say that leaders don't have a responsibility. What I did, you said that what is needed is a strategic plan, because everywhere else in the world, their strategic plan is online. I did not disagree with you. You said that stakeholders are supposed to be brought to the table. I did not disagree with you. I ask you, who are the stakeholders? Then you said to me that I knew who the stakeholders are. I said to you again, no. All right, you tell me who are the stakeholders. At no point did I say that you are wrong. I mentioned Mount Pleasant in Jamaica. I mentioned Ballers, and I'm telling you some places that I believe have surfaces. There needs to be more. They may not be like what is in Barcelona or Arsenal, but they are good enough to foster development. At no point did I disagree with any of that, At no point. At no point.
I am saying,
but what I know is that in Jamaica, as a nation, from my experience, and maybe I need to be educated, I cannot see Jamaica building multiple stadiums for football. To me, that would be pointless. Jamaica, in my humble estimation, don't need more than 3 stadiums, or 4 at most, that can hold or facilitate 20,000 or more people. We have 1 already in the National Stadium. We need to find 3 more to have 4. And I think that should be sufficient for a country like Jamaica. And then...
Hold on, management. Hold on, management. I can't let you go too fast. Sorry, excuse me. Right? When you're talking about 20,000 stadiums, right?
20,000.
How many games? Hold on. How many games?
But you said I said 20,000 stadiums. I did not say that though. I didn't say we want 20,000 stadiums. I said stadiums that facilitate 20,000 people or more. So I'm just clarifying that. I didn't say we want 20,000.
No, right. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
I phrased it wrong. Right, I phrased it wrong. Hear what I'm saying to you. How many hours of football matches do you think play in Jamaica a year compared to how many training hours?
I can't give a comparison. I don't know that. But what I know is that
it's way more.
Yeah.
So we cannot be talking about
ask the question. You have to please give me a chance to answer. Because every time I'm answering. So there is way more training than football is played. So I'm talking about stadium. If you're talking about training facility, you and I agree that the training facilities must be better. And that could be just an open field somewhere. It needs to be better. They need to improve. You're saying the stakeholders need to come in and do that. All right, the stakeholders would include the government, the Jamaica Football Federation, club owners. All right? Bam. All right? So,
business people, the banks.
Business people.
Stakeholders is broad.
Stakeholders are broad. All the stakeholders. All right? My issue with this is I have lived in Jamaica good while. And we have come up with these things, and I'm yet to see a bank making this sort of investment. And you're saying that one of the reasons, which is true, is because there's no strategic plan. If there were a strategic plan where the stakeholders were brought in, they would have invested. I put it to you that in other areas of Jamaica, in sports like track and field, they have been brought in and they still have not yet invested in it. Jamaica College, even the schools in Jamaica, Andre, that have their own tracks, it is the past students did it, though many stakeholders benefit from track and field. In the Caribbean, I don't think we have the kind of culture where our business leaders believe like they need to give back, like what you have in the States, where companies can be a part of those things. I don't believe like the business sector in our Caribbean think that way, because they are overseas investors who have a greater vested interest in the country that they are from, more so than Jamaica, that they are just doing business to make profits.
Why do you think that is? Because now we're talking about our people, right? We're getting to the core of our people, right? That's what we're talking about. You're telling me and tell me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to paraphrase you so it makes sense to me. You're telling me that our people with resources don't care enough about the next generation to invest in them.
Go ahead and say that.
It's a question I'm asking you.
No, go ahead and ask the question again. I didn't hear. Sorry, I got distracted.
You are telling me
Yeah.
that our people with resources don't care enough about the next generation to invest in them.
I did not say that, sir.
I'm asking you.
What is the
okay, so
question?
you're
No.
no. So let me ask another question.
Hold on. You said that I am telling you.
I am asking you. It's a question.
Oh, you said I am telling you that. All right. So what is the question you're asking?
The question is, are you saying that our...
No, I'm not saying that.
You're not saying that?
No.
Okay, let me ask you another question. Are you saying that the very same people that you just mentioned, right, that they don't trust our leaders in football?
No, I'm not saying that.
So what are you saying then?
So let me tell you what I'm saying.
Why it is? Tell me why it is.
So let me answer.
They would not invest in football.
That's the different question. That's a different. So you asked me two questions. So let me answer the first question about trusting people. Let me say it again by giving you this, and then I'm going to, because people are saying they want the conversation to go on. In Jamaica, from the days of George Roden, Herb McKinley, or a track and field has done well. Some of the greatest minds have been involved in our track and field with many plans about building 4 stadiums across. Some of those things have been privy to. Over the years, we have had great cricketers from Jamaica. From the Courtney Walsh, the Jimmy Adams captains who have done well. We could even go back before that to the Jeffrey Dujan and others. And with all of that, while many of these businesses were making millions of dollars out of sports, even track and field, right? To the fact that they will sponsor, they will give sponsorship, just like our Grace Kennedy is a major sponsor of ISA Girls and Boys Track and Field Championship. We have seen Digicel and Flow sponsor events, right? So if we're talking about sponsoring events, I think that is completely different from partnering in building infrastructure, all right? Because here's what is critical. A lot of the surfaces that we see being used, and I can only speak for Jamaica, a lot of the surfaces that are used in Jamaica are the stadiums, are the complexes, are owned by the government of Jamaica, because they are not for the clubs, they are for the community. All right? That culture needs to change. Because how does it benefit a businessman while he has a vested interest in helping the next generation? There are many ways he can do that, right? Why would it benefit him to take money out of his company to invest in resurfacing Arnett Gardens so that a next generation of people can use it? And it is no benefit to his company. What benefit does he get from doing that? All right? No. Right? We can go there. We can look at Draxal. For example, Draxal is a perfect example. Peter Gould wanted to do more at Draxal. The work at Draxal stopped because Peter Gould decided, why should I continue to put in the lights, to build out the infrastructure at Draxal when it is owned by the parish council? I should take all my resources and put in my personal project, which is the school, which is what he's doing, which is the right thing to do. So that's what a business would have to do, because there's really limited benefit in football for even the people who own the club. So a business going into that is saying that this is just investment for the next generation, because there's absolutely no benefit at all for them. Because if there was, they would have built a stadium in partnership with Merlin Otti in Hanover, where she's from, and call it the whatsoever bank Merlin at a stadium, they would have our track.
Because I'm aging, I can't allow too much information to pile up on me because I forget. Right? So let me say this to you. I agree with you that Peter Gold was right. Right? He's looking at it from a business perspective. What I don't agree with you is when you ask, what is the benefit? Right? What is the benefit? There's tremendous benefit to the society. Could you tell me why it is someone would donate acres of land or provide acres of land at $1 a year to an organization, $1 a year, right? They're going to lease it to them so they could build football fields. They could build football fields. And you're telling me, you're asking what's the benefit? Those football fields today exist. They generate revenues with kids training and tournaments and whatever, preparing kids to go to college, okay? And this organization has been doing this for 50 years. The land was donated by them by an American, right, for $1 a year lease, right? There's tremendous benefit to that. It depends on where your heart is at, number one, right? And the resources you have. Number two is you mentioned the owner who owns the facilities. Well, the facilities I use is owned by the town that I live in. It's owned by the town. It was built with taxpayers' revenue, right? Revenue from hotel and restaurants and whatever, all right? And they rent it back. At $100 an hour plus, you got to pay for lights, okay, if you want to use it. I think it's how we look at things. The government, I heard you all had a conversation one time, and you all want the government in Jamaica to do like they do in Trinidad because you all pay to use the National Stadium and Trinidad don't. But look at the condition of it. Maybe people need to rent it. Maybe people need to rent it so there's revenue to maintain it, and we could hold them accountable and say, well, we're going to rent over here because we're not taking care of this. I think is a mentality shift needs to happen.
Okay, we agree. The people say that our discussion has gone on for 1 hour and none of us has come to any resolution. That's how I talk.
But we need many more of these discussions to get to some place. And you have to. There's a certain part of the conversation I want you to reflect on. When it gets to that point, you start jumping over hoops.
Me?
Right? Yes, you. Man, and everybody does it. Everybody does it. And I'm going to say
I struggle sometimes when we use like the example of America.
No, it's not America we're talking about. It's not America we're talking about.
No, Andrew, yes, what am I telling you? Like this YouTube thing has changed your personality, you know. Let me just say this. So there's this person who is saying that you are right. It is common in America, but the Jamaica government also give away land at a reduced long-term lease. All right. So the point I'm making, Andre, is
so now we just have to build fields on the land.
Like, listen, man. Like, you see, here's the thing, though. You see, in Jamaica, I know how this Jamaican thing is. You understand me? I know. All right. So while I hear you, noble things you're saying, yeah, we are going to have this discussion, and what I need is to get somebody from the Ministry of Sports. I'm going to try to get somebody who has worked in the Ministry of Sports to talk about this, because there's a lot of different ways to view this and look at it. In countries that are trying to develop, how things operate is a whole lot different. The standards must be higher, and there are no excuses. But we're going to move on, Andre, because I need to call CC because he was calling, because there's something that he said that you're going to be interested in that I need to talk to. All right? So let us...
Well, before I go, I don't know how my personality changed.
Yeah, because you don't give me a chance. There's a time when you would listen. Nowadays, as soon as I answer, yeah, you understand me? I say, what happened to the before the game? This man turning behind the scene right now is a different person.
Well, right. So I have to bring the personality that you're calling me a different name. So anyhow, if you could engage others who have the the ability, the power to influence in Jamaica the change that you think is necessary, then that's great. Then there's benefit to the conversation.
All right. I'm going to
But
get
we
somebody
can't just have the conversation in a vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm going to get
All right.
somebody. Yeah, man. All right. All right. Blessed, my brother.
All right, good time.
Yeah, man. People, I introduced Andre to the YouTube space. You know. Boy, man, learn too much. All right, people. I need to talk to CC. He was calling, so let me just take this call. It is Manchester City 1, Real Madrid 0. The 31st minute of the game. Yeah, CC. Yes. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. You were calling me earlier. Yeah, and you see a name on my thumbnail.
Yeah, but I guess it was one of those things where probably just put Clarendon College there.
No, man, it's not Clarendon College. It's CC. CC. CC.
Yeah, that have nothing to do with me.
You know, have nothing to do with you?
No, you can't have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, so a discussion came up on the program yesterday that I didn't want to have without you. So I said, because I was talking about the game, and I'm going to tell you, and then you can deny it categorically, and then we move on. All right? It says that you are suggesting that the under-17 is a pay-to-play system like the USA, and it is wrong. And so I put pay-to-play, it is erroneous because it is not a pay-to-play system in the under-17.
When I said that on what, your video?
No. Somebody came into the comment section and said that CC said that.
Okay, so you see me, I show you now. I said that. This is the problem.
Okay.
This is the problem of this. There was a context of a conversation, and somebody was talking about this player is there and that player, and I'm like, and the person said, persons would have contributed to the team, but you said on your program, we have people who their child was cut and they still contributed.
No, I did not say that, sir.
All right, repeat what you said.
Let me tell you what I said. I said, when the people are coming to the camp, the amount of monies that they spend, parents would have spent, would be equivalent to some of them to 5 million Jamaican dollars. Remember, because when they were coming to the camps in the early stages, they would fly like somebody. Imagine a family, a husband and a wife and their son, flew from Houston to Florida for a camp, and they stayed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. To leave, that is a cost. And so if they did it 3 times, it amounted to that. That is what I said, sir. I didn't say they gave money to the program. I said this is the cost to the parents. That's what I was talking about. Yes.
So, all right. So the conversation to which I was speaking to something had nothing to do with what you said on your program.
Okay.
Exactly. It was no conversation what you said on your program. It was a different conversation that was had. And I was saying, if based on that conversation, that seems like a USA type of system. And that was a separate conversation. Because if you would have said what you said, how would I just run away and come? Then they're paid to play different conversation. But as per usual, you have people who, I don't know, they have something against me, or I don't know. So for some reason, they jumbled up and conflated the issue and thought I was having a conversation about what you were speaking of.
All right, so somebody say he hiding in the bathroom. He probably at him desk counting some money and him don't want to make any mistake. He's a big accountant, people. He's probably doing some trial balance. Some debit and credit and he don't want to make any mistake. They say you're whispering CC, like you're hiding, like you're hiding. All right?
No, let me clear it here.
All right, so what I'm saying to CC is that when they have camp at the Captain Horace Center, right? In the initial stages, because remember now you're in the selection process. You have not had the squad yet, because once the squad was selected, like nobody had to buy their ticket to go to the tournament here, and nobody had to buy the ticket to go to the tournament in Mexico. That was funded by the Jamaica Football Federation. However, when they were coming to try out for the team, the youth in St. Elizabeth, who plays for Stets, had to find his way up to the camp. That is a cost to his parents. The youth from Florida had to find it. So that is not paying to play.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, your time.
Yeah, so I'm put it into the conversation that was being had. But I'm put it So all I was saying is, based on what the people in Russia say, we're not saying
CC, come
that is
from
the
on. CC,
conversation
come from under the bed,
then that
man.
comes out, like the sister. No.
My man gone, man.
I remember, hold on a bit. The elevation, man. So I'm going to say, but the elevation.
Oh, yeah, you're at altitude.
Yeah, but they put the seventh floor.
Jesus and peace, me. I tell you, man, the man, they are Mexico, Aztec settings.
No, but I don't even know how me something there. Me have to different comment there. Me not even, it wasn't even with regards to what you were saying on your program, but give me 1 second.
Yeah. No, I can't do that. Somebody you're talking about, they actually have your exact quote. They say they have your exact quote, CC. But they don't have the context, which is what we want to hear.
That is, and that's why I said to you, let me tell you, management, probably because I've said, I don't want to test certain things. Let me tell you, management, there are people who obviously they need to go, what do you call it, St. Andrews Medical, because them I don't know how long them have this belly, because it couldn't be grown. They need to go to St. Andrews Hospital, go let out belly. Because obviously, they must have some belly to me. So every word that CC say, them instantly scrutinize. Let out on the belly of St. Andrews, man, or Jubilee free. Andrews a private hospital, so maybe we can't afford it. But we don't have Jubilee. So, me say, man.
Okay.
All I'm saying is the conversation in the context that we were having it. And I stated to the person, I said, but if that is at the context, then this would sound like something the system, and that is not something that is wrong. That is what I said.
CC, so all right, so let me take your context. All right. So management, suppose I have a son, right? He's the most talented footballer at 15 in Jamaica. But I am a millionaire. So my company called I am sure Sports Network donated 10 million, right? My son was picked. Is that pay to play?
As in, no management, I tell you, that is not the pay to play. That's why I say a conversation was a total different conversation. As in, we have a conversation about
the U17.
Like,
so how is the U17 in any way, shape, or form compared to
management?
Oh, it wasn't the U17. Okay, now me I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I tell. Yeah, it was no in context to. Let me tell you the problem I have management. My thing is about it is that I am at no point in time. I'm put it out here. I at no point in time is accusing any player or anybody involved with any team representing Jamaica of paying to play. At no point in time. I've never stated that. I've never done that. I was having a conversation, private, not even private, because public. We're not one group and people are having a conversation. It's public. So
okay, I thought you were on a WhatsApp, a YouTube channel. Talking.
No, man, that's what I'm telling you. It was like a group. It was a WhatsApp group, and a conversation was being held. And I'm gonna say, exactly. So it wasn't a YouTube channel or anything. That I'm gonna say, me never. Just one context where I probably say something and we move on and go and left it. Only if you find out, say me come say me. I heard somebody say it to me. Well, I'm gonna watch Punishment program later because CC will be the topic of discussion. And I'm like, what?
Oh, okay.
What did I do now or say now?
Yeah.
But obviously, because let
me tell you this, people. If what we're saying, because let me tell you this, the people who run, let's look. If the man who is who owns NCB or BNS, or if there's a steward who owns the Sandal Group and they sponsor, who have always sponsored the GFF. So now, if a steward can play football and is in the team and is good enough to make the team, for us to say it is because, which is part of the problem why a lot of uptown youth don't get to play for Jamaica. Because once a youth is from uptown and tries to represent Jamaica in any sport at all, most of Jamaica believe that money make them play. And that has been a part of our culture. That is why a lot of youths go champion who can play football, the track and field and other things, never get to play for Jamaica. Because there's a mentality in Jamaica that only poor people can make team. Only poor people who have nothing can make team. And if you're rich and your family rich and you make the team, pay your family, pay for your debt on the team. And it needs to be rooted out of our culture.
All right, so management, my thing,
I'm not saying that has to do with you. You understand what I said, though? Yeah.
No, I know, man. I was saying my conversation was like, if somebody say, oh, for example, if a person would say, we have a conversation, I may say, oh, if you have to say a kid has to pay to participate in an activity, then I'm saying it is pay to play. That is what I was saying to the person. I say, if a person has to pay to participate in an activity, and it would exclude people who didn't have the ability to pay, that therefore they wouldn't participate in said activity, then that is a pay-to-play system. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. Then if the person seemed to have translated it and thought I was speaking about the youth team or this team or that team, because I am sure that nobody was excluded because they could not find, and like this, it wasn't a condition. Certain things were a condition for you to play. Everybody knows if you're going to play, if you can find certain expenses, all that. Because I don't know. What I'm saying, there was no condition to say, oh, you pay this registration fee, you pay this application fee, or you pay this fee, and then you're allowed to come into a camp. I was never saying that.
Okay, all right then. Not a problem.
So I mean, know, you know, when I said the final thing, management, I'm wondering if my short-lived broadcasting career so far, and all of a sudden this come out now. It never come out before, but all of a sudden this now come. So automatically, somebody does try to ruin my reputation. If you make something like this come on something like, you would know this to management because I see where people are trying to do it to you too. People have tried to do it to you. All because you decided to be a part of the change in the football locally. People try to ruin your reputation. And I am here, not even there no big part in terms of no change. I only said I wanted to educate, elevate, and entertain.
Face, educate, elevate, and entertain. The three E's. How you mean? CC, don't use. Next time you must use. If a CC your name still, you can't use 3 E's. You have to use 2 C's.
First, I mean, if we go and see, all right, we'll go and see. But all me ever say, management, I'm not a surgeon. I did not go to medical school. So I don't know to deliver a child. I would think they should go to either Jubilee or St. Andrew's Hospital because we don't really know how to help them with ability.
All right, as Diego Gilvey would say no more, CC. We'll leave it there. All right, then. Cool. All right. We have a next caller that was calling in, and then we're going to get this call and thing. This is One Umbrella Sports. And then we're going to come to Usain Bolt, big statement, and then we're going to wrap up the show. Manchester 1, heading up to halftime. Real Madrid 0. Problem there, Jason. Jason, you know what's going on. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Returning a call from One Umbrella Jamaica. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. What about you, Mr. Stennett?
Every day is a blessing, you know. We're there here giving thanks, you know. Yeah. Continue to focus on the proverb scripture, you know. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. Then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit, and scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. You understand me? Yeah.
Judge children never born to suffer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. As a Bob Marley said, in the all of the suffering to team you with them, so right now, me have to, I don't want none of I and I youth come beg bread or do the things where I did have to do as a youth in Jamaica. I have to like go and market, go help people with them bag and and carry people load for piece of jerk chicken and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Me don't know what you
Yeah, but
mean
that's
still, but you know, me hear what you say. I never used to do
yeah,
that.
you never have to do that, but I did have to do that.
yeah, but me hear what you
Yeah,
say.
we
Big
want
up
to
yourself.
you know, long time. So so along with Beanie Man,
Yes.
we are able to give away donate 200,000. We
Beanie
have
Man?
split it in.
What?
No, along with Beanie Man. They like
Okay.
Beanie Man along with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So him and his wife kind of believe in a one umbrella, though, and they are giving me some support, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you bring Beanie Man over here, so make interview him about the football thing, you know.
I mean, it can be arranged. It can be arranged. I
Yeah,
can't make
sure.
any promises. The keyword can be arranged.
Okay. All right, boss. Yeah.
Arranged,
So
yeah.
go ahead and talk. I'll do him apologize to him doubles comment still, so I kind of get a lot of beating over Trinidad there, you know. But
So if you notice when you got the game with you see like a billboard on the Arnett Stadium, and you know what I mean, and you see me get like a shout out from Fabrice or Romina or whatever I'm on name, or like
yeah,
him
because
Beanie Man
I
and him.
hear some people saying that. Them I wonder if some of your stuff them, cause you get so much big link. Them I wonder if you're using AI and thing.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, me and know something about the technology, so, you know, but people are gonna wonder, so you know, them are gonna wonder because they can't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But if people are wonder, then also, so me don't know. Remember, say Leon Bailey they talk patois, you know. So you know, patois. If AI come in a patois too.
So how the 200,000? So Jamaicans
so
can win 200. Jamaicans can win 200,000.
Yeah, so anybody can win it. 200,000 Jamaican dollars, you know. 200,000 Jamaican dollars.
Yeah, man, we certain that we know it wasn't 200,000 euros.
Yeah. So anybody in the world can win, and anywhere you're there, you get paid in your currency, in your equivalent. You get paid to the equivalent. But what you gotta do is like just follow our social media, and I'm gonna submit a link where you can I'm gonna drop a link where you can submit your name and your phone number, and just follow our social media because the winner is gonna be announced.
So
and,
all a person has to do is to follow the social media, and once they follow the social media, that is it. Them can win 200,000. Easy as that.
Oh, there's a thing there for submit your name. There's a link on all our social media where you submit your phone number and your name and your email address, and we will put it in a raffle, and any name we pick up, first prize 100,000, second prize 60,000, and third prize 40,000 Jamaican dollars. So all you have to do is submit your name, follow our social media, because we are gonna announce a winner on our social media, and that's the only way you're gonna know if you win. That's it, simple as that.
What so social media for when I say follow your social media, anyone in your social media platform, is it the TikTok, is it the Instagram, is it the YouTube, which one?
And the YouTube.
So once a person subscribe to your YouTube platform
and phone number in and the name and phone number in our database in can win. That's it, not more than that.
So you subscribe, but when you subscribe to YouTube, you don't get to enter your name and your phone number. So how do they do that?
There's a link there's a link. I'm gonna drop the link.
So let me help the people. So there is a YouTube platform, One Umbrella Sports. You subscribe to that. When you subscribe, so you don't have to subscribe to get the link though.
No, the link is there.
So once a person click on the link, they can fill out a form where they leave their name and number, and that allows them to win. At some point, 200,000 Jamaican dollars. There's going to be a draw.
200,000. They share of 200,000. It will split in a 3.
Oh, okay. Gunner's boss is asking, what is the purpose of giving away this money?
Oh, because as an organization, we collect a lot of donation. You know, I was with a previous organization, and people donate to us, and we just feel like we can do it. And as a Beanie Man give me some support, and him just suggested to me, and we just do it. You know.
Okay, so that answers your question, Gunner's boss. They're just doing it because they get donations and they have money.
No. We got donation before, and we just feel like we can give back now.
What? And he's DW is asking, what is in it for One Umbrella? You see all them questions when you come and do them things here, you know. People must say, how do you benefit?
Okay, so we got we got a lot of subscribers and we got a lot of people to follow our social media. That's in it for us.
Okay. All right.
Look at it, if 100,000 people enter
Then why Beanie Man not make him come help with the grassroots football for girls? Why not just say, listen, man is we here talk about some 3-a-side, 5-a-side for girls football and thing. Listen, let me donate $100,000 so you can buy some ball and some gears for the girls them. You understand me? The under 15 girls them and just go and play some football right across Jamaica with 5-a-side with girls. Eh?
If you look for me thing good, you will see some our organization give 50,000 Jamaican dollars to Beanie Man Foundation. If me tell you something, can reason with the man, just make me reason.
No, man. Me just ask. So why umbrella? Why one umbrella? No, and that's the thing where we and DW them talk about where we say, listen, we want to get girls in Jamaica to play more football. And so part of doing that is playing football at the grassroots level. 3, why one umbrella no come on board and call it the One Umbrella Fun Football Fridays for girls. You understand me?
Okay.
All across Jamaica.
Our organizations here, right? We make no promises that we can keep. So what I'm gonna do, give me something in writing. I'm gonna discuss it with my partners, and definitely if something where we can do, we'll do it.
All right, One Umbrella. All right,
yeah, no.
But you know that, like all I'm saying, though, you have to prepare for a lot of questions when people hear like somebody just giving away money.
Man, I'm very transparent, man.
And so don't get offended. Don't get offended when them ask a question, then, because it's just how some people are. You understand me?
Like, all right. Sometimes if it sounds too big, good to be true, people think okay. People might think it's not.
Absolutely.
Honest, man, it's marketing. You know. All right. Let me tell you. Everybody says, well, it is hard to do this and it is hard to do that, and it takes years. Listen to me, I don't believe in nothing that designed to hold back people. I don't believe in one cocoa and patient man ride donkey. I don't believe in nothing, no traditional belief that's designed to slow down.
So you don't believe that one cocoa full basket?
10 full it quicker.
Okay. You don't believe that patient man ride donkey?
You ever see a wealthy man I use donkey as transportation?
Okay. No, sir.
Exactly.
All right, boss.
All right, no love, and we know. So I pick up the link in everything here.
Hey, but big up yourself, you know, because I like some of the tracks they want to release, you know, the Damien man.
Man, me I tell you, brother, it's numberless, man, Kimani Mali, man.
Yeah, man. Big thing you're going. Kimani Mali no still run out of Falmouth United.
Falmouth. All him now, same one, me and him to partner and do some work with Falmouth United. Leon Bailey, the man love me and the bro. When me reason with the man said, you know, man say, yo, you know what I mean? But management, you know, say not yet, man.
Yeah.
So people for the record, all of them think they want us to real. On the no double brains not so good. So everybody will say artificial AI. On the no one of me that. If I want to deal with them, if I want to deal with them with bad computer, on might can't say that. But me no, me think them real, man. Real. But me know say it's hard to believe. But sometimes people don't know who you know.
Yeah, man, but a big thing true, man. Because we forget people like Fabrizio Romano. You see me? I say Cecil from Arsenal TV. Big thing you're going on, man. Big thing you're going on. I must come in.
That's who you know. Here what now? All right, say for example now. All right. So enough man knows a Beanie Man wife is an English lady.
Yeah, man, she is.
His current wife.
Yeah.
You know, so I see the man's man, I'm not arguing no more.
All right.
I mean, for some reason, man, when she talk to me, I make her laugh, and I just that. And she rate me, and I eat that.
All right, big up yourself, you know, man. Keep up the good work, yeah, sir. Looking forward to hearing more. So 200,000 available. I mean, shared between 3 people, so you will not win the whole 300,000 people. Please know that. Part of it is that you subscribe to the channel, which is One Umbrella. Once you subscribe, there's a link that you click on. When you click on that link, you put in some information, and then that is it. You're part of it.
Yeah. You're eligible. All right, so now I just the link in your chat now, yeah?
Yes, I.
Man, I know respect to everybody in our chat, you know. We just try to do something for the country and put your football forward.
Yeah, but listen, you see the female...
another thing, management.
Let me just tell you this. DW. Hold on, man. Let me tell you my thing first, man. DW. Drew, there's a group of us. Leighton. that we want to put on this football thing. Andre just made some contact for us with Joe. Well, I'm me finish the man with Joe, man.
You talk to me night, Mannings, man.
Eh?
Just me night, man. All right, Mannings, man. Me know he's a single man, right? Me know he's a married man, right? But when you go to club,
boss. So,
well, I know.
First thing you have to do is say that. Mannings, man, I'm very sorry. I said you're a single man. My apologies. You're a married man. I know my wife. I watch a video. I hear you talk about me single. Let me tell her that.
I'm sorry. I know you're a married man,
Thank
right?
you,
but
sir.
when you're single, when you go out there, you meet a girl and she give her number. Just take her number and leave her. Nobody say nothing and mess it up. So when you do Mannings, man,
nobody use that with me. Use that with like somebody else. Nobody use that. But go to meet girl business and get number. Nobody use that, boss.
Mannings, man.
No, use me in the example, the boss.
No, me say me.
You.
Me say me go out and a girl give me her number. Me just take it and leave her alone. Cause me no want to say nothing. Fishing out. All right, the thing where you give me into it, Mannings, man. You know if you tell me something, me on board. But when we want to talk about Mannings, man, another thing where we are do, I will currently speak. One umbrella of a vehicle on the way from Japan to the town crier service for the Jamaica Football Federation. So even that we are the two.
Whoa, that is awesome. A lot of things one umbrella go on with, man.
Yeah. Mannings, man, me don't know where them people are seeing in me. And me not see it in myself, but Mannings, man, for some reason the people, me don't know if I show me unorthodox, I me not do the corporate way, I me just say some things where people think and don't say. I don't know. But people just gravitate towards me and I say, go on. Mannings, man, me get big billboard in the Arnett Stadium from, me not go call the name doing now, from people in political people in Jamaica, cause, you know.
Big up yourself, man. Keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, man, enough respect here.
All right, then. All right. So we're going to connect with you and things so that, yeah, man. So we're going to see Dub because Andre is a part of it too, you know, trying to help us out with some of this, you know. Yeah, man. All right. boss, don't wrap it too. What do you mean by clarify? You say double mistake. Double made a mistake, boss. And it was clarified quickly. You understand me? Yeah. Don't you see it was clarified quickly, boss? You see, maybe I tell a double, be careful what you say, though. Yeah, but people, quickly, Usain Bolt said that he will not invest in Jamaica again because he believed that the government has not done enough. I'm just paraphrasing, enough in terms of compensating him for his loss based on the whole SSL thing. And I think that is true. I think when you have had the kind of career that Usain Bolt has, you have done so much for Jamaica as a nation. I think this needed the government's intervention. And those who are responsible. I don't care if there was some level of risk. All right. I don't. Yeah. I don't care if there was some level of risk in it. I am telling you, people, Usain Bolt should not be treated this way. And so I stand with him in this, that it must be difficult for an athlete of his stature to have gone through something like this. I recently looked at a young Camperdown netballer who was at the games in the National Indoor Complex, the Jamaica versus South Africa series. I think Asafa Powell was there. And Asafa Powell, so a young lady approached Asafa Powell because the Camperdown netball team was supposed to go overseas on some netball thing, on some netball classic. And she was basically approaching Asafa Powell for help. That turned out in Asafa Powell donating $450,000 to the Camperdown netball team. Very commendable. And I know that Usain Bolt to do this kind of things. But when you have gone through what he has gone through, something so distasteful, then I believe that Usain Bolt would resist even doing stuff like that, giving back to the country of his birth, a place that he loved. And while the government of Jamaica, the present government of Jamaica, is not responsible for his loss. I think there could be and could have been greater intervention, firstly for him, but also for all the other persons who lost their monies in all of this. It is sad. And again, that is why our athletes all across the board are putting so much pressure on the administrators for their compensation. That is why players want the highest they can get, including our young ladies, because they know that if they walk away from this with anything on the table, they could walk into their retirement with nothing to live on. He has not gotten back a cent of his money. $1 billion Jamaican gone down the drain. 1 billion people. $1 billion Jamaican dollars. The man has lost. I think we have to be better as a people. What about the nurses and the retirees? What exactly should the government do? This, because remember, this is with the financial sector, and remember, with the investment at this particular place, the government, the Ministry of Finance was involved in what was happening. That is why I think it is different. If we're talking about when nurses and teachers and those people retire, of course they must be taken care of. There is pension. The government provides pension, and we can talk about increasing that. But this is an athlete. Athletes don't have any pension, you know. When Asafa Powell and Shelley and Fraser Price and these guys, they have to live the rest of their lives. Leon Bailey, Shamar Nicholson, they have to live the rest of their lives on the money they made on the sport. They don't have any pension in Jamaica. They don't. Here comes TikTok. Lord have mercy. Yeah, understand me? So that is what I'm saying. Even if it is not the fault of the government, I think they need to, because the Ministry of Finance is involved in this, that there should be some level of involvement to at least help with the reclaiming or gaining 2 billion. See, respect Junior Kelly, 2 billion of some of that money. It would be depressing if this man has no money to send his kids to university because all of his money is gone. No, I did. No. Based on what you said earlier, that is why I brought in the Ministry of Finance. They govern. I didn't say the Ministry of Finance own it. Of course, they were involved in the folding of the company. They were part of it. They weren't involved in it in that way, that meaning that they were giant partners. But the whole process of the folding of it and some of the things that happened afterwards, the Ministry of Finance was involved in it. And I'm saying part of what must be stipulated in these things, because this is not just a Usain Bolt thing. My thing is that it could happen to me, it could happen to you, DW, that you have your money in a bank and it shuts down, and then that is it. That is, you save your retirement and the bank closes down and everything is gone, and they have all their monies, the owners, and then you are left with nothing. It can't be. This comment says, I think this is TikTok, says they should pay into the pension system for backup. You're saying he's still a rich man. Let's cry for the poor. They provide oversight. Well, if you say oversight, They're overseeing it and allow this to happen. DW. Boy, the man them showing. But it seems like all of you are saying that serve him right, don't it? No, man. Like Sean, it sounds like you're saying that serve him right. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it, boss. We have to show better care for our civil servants and there was a time when Usain Bolt name came up in terms of being a national hero, boss, and we advocated for Marcus Garvey, to be expunged, his record to be expunged, and we celebrated that. These are Usain Bolt could be seen as a modern day hero for what he has accomplished for Jamaica. And we have to treat people better. That's all I'm saying. And where it is possible, our government needs to advocate, not just for Usain Bolt, but for all of us. I brought up this issue because it was in the media again. And I'm saying, he said out of his own mouth that I would never invest in Jamaica again. None of us should be so hurt by the financial system in our country that is the place that we get to. But that is my take on it. All right, this one says, investment banks are not covered by the usual government protection. Investing is a risk. But the man, let me tell you this. The depository scheme in the bank don't even cover all your money. Because if you have 10 million, in other words, how the banking system is right now, if you have $5 million and the bank folds, you only get 500,000 in the commercial banks, boss, based on the depository scheme thing. $500,000. That's madness. So the system is set up that at the end of the day, when that bank, because bank don't have to start with no money, bank takes your money. But when they are closing, they still take your money. So when a bank shuts down, they don't lose because banks don't start with any money. Bank takes your money, the man, right, and lends me. And when I deposit money, then other people withdraw it. So the bank don't need any money to start. But when a bank is closing down, they have all the monies. And the people, some of them with millions, only get back 500,000 and the bank get the rest. This one says, no, I sympathize, but it can't be the government that bails him out. We can compartmentalize. He is an icon, but it don't mean the government can pay for his poor judgment and investment. Government should have done something for him, give him some land, something. That's a good idea. Maybe they can give him some land as a hero. I don't know. I don't think he would want anything from the government, but I don't know. I just find that it must be handled better, but it's my opinion. It's very opinion. Yes, Brian, the depository, the depositors protection thing in the bank don't give you back all your money when banks close down. If NCB were to shut down like right now, you don't get back all the money you have in there saving. I think if you have 5 million, you get 500,000 back, or if you have is a million. That is it. You don't get back all your money. Some of them only cover up to $250,000. Some up $500,000. Anything after that, they're not responsible for. Some go up to $1 million. Yeah, most banks, yeah, you don't get back all, which is the point I'm making. So a person could be saving, have $10 million. It was sorry, not no man, I'm talking about no man, what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Nathan's Capital Bank. What are you talking about? That's Nathan's Capital Bank I'm talking about. You don't know that? Yeah. So generally, when you walk into the bank, you can see like what percentage of your deposit is protected. Right, Brian? So what amount of a person's deposit in the bank will they get back if the bank falls? Brian, tell me that. Give me a percentage. What percentage? In Jamaica, I'm talking about. At least in the States, if the bank falls and you have general savings, even if they give you a percentage, you can still sue and get back all your money. The provision in the Jamaican law don't allow for that. So like I said, you could have 7 million and you only get 700,000 and the next 6.3 is lost. Yeah. So that is what I think the man says it. That is why you cannot put all of your savings in any one bank in Jamaica. I would say to people, don't have more than $500,000 in one bank in Jamaica. Yeah. Yeah. 10%. So, boss, if you have 10 million under that, Mr. Man, if you have 10 million or 1 million, you get so 9 million, God. You have 10 million in the bank, you only get back 10%. No $1 million that, oh, not going to let me wrong. I'm not wrong, I'm telling you. So if you have $1 million, you're only getting back 100,000. So I think the less you have, because if you have 250 though, you get back all of it. Because they cover up to that and then it goes into the percentage. So ideally, you want to spread your money in $250,000 amount across banks. But here's the thing, you know, when they tell you to invest the money, you know, but this is the issue, you know. You see, that's what they tell you, saying Bolt, invest your money. Then the man invests in. Yo, hey, listen, I'm gone because any way you check, you get trapped. Because the banks are going to say, no, don't save it because only a certain percentage is covered. Invest it. But when you invest it, it is not secure because it's investment, it's a risk. So you can lose all of it now. You can lose all of it. So, but it's a serious thing. Listen, US dollars, you don't get anyway. Once you save, whether in local currency or it's the same thing. It's good to save in US currency because the dollar is always going up. You understand me? Do it like the PM 28 account. You understand me? You must have an account in every single bank. If it's 28 banks in Jamaica, boss, you have an account in every single one. Yeah, well, that is it, Granny Row. In Jamaica, you're covered for in Jamaica, there are certain banks only 250,000 Jamaicans in Jamaican dollar, you know, which is like what? Let me just check that. 250,000. divided by 155. 16. Yo, Jamaica is a big joke, you know. Only $1,600. Only $1,600 US. Is it? Yeah. $1,600 US you're covered for it. When you calculate it. This is madness, you know. Jamaica is really a joke, you know. Can you imagine you have your money in the bank and if anything go wrong, only $1,600 US you're getting back? This is a joke thing. This is what I believe is that by real estate where you can, a piece of land will sell for $1 million, it's better you buy it and just keep it. Because if it value $1 million, if you sell it back, well, you understand me? Always resell your property. If you buy it with Jamaican dollars, resell it in US. Always price it at US. Right? So if you spend 10,000 US now and you sell it back for 10,000 US, you're probably still going to make a profit because the dollar keeps going up. Right? So that is my thing. Where you can buy a lot of real estate because that is the only safe option. Because the bank, investment, all of those things comes with their challenges. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I keep your stuff in Jamaican dollars, but like I said, that's going to be converted. Or for those of you who can open because remember now, if you have Jamaica, if you have 10 million Jamaican, you know. If you have 10 million Jamaican, you know, right? Better you buy US and open a US account and keep your money in there. May I tell you that? $65,000 US. You keep it in our US account. That means if the back in the US fall, guess what happened? You're gonna get back your money because it cover up to 250,000. Buy some crypto. I mean, Jason, explain to me the crypto. Come here, all these people that talk about buy crypto. Is this crypto thing real? I don't know. Me always hear people that talk about this crypto thing. Is this a good investment option? Can be risky. We need some financial guru to tell the young youth them in Jamaica how to invest their money, you know, how people take the money out of the bank and thing and start. You understand me? Crypto is very profitable, Jason. You need to teach me about this crypto thing, you know. Maybe we need to start get some crypto, you know. What is a good amount to start with? 10,000, 5,000 US? Like what is a good amount to start with if you're gonna buy some crypto? And what is the turnover rate and the percentage of increase? You're gonna talk to me about that, you know, Jason. Need to find out if you buy it, because maybe you talk and you don't buy none, you know, Jason. I need to find out. But people, please, we only have 60 likes. See if we can get the likes up now. Because we're gonna close the show right now. But hit the like button, you know. Thanks. Please and thanks. Please and thanks. Hit the like button. You understand me? We're going to close right now. Good look at discussion at the end here. You understand me? You know, I am Manning's man. What is the scripture that we read today? Remember, yesterday we said the Lord will fight for you. Every day we'll give you a scripture. Now, this scripture is from Proverbs 6:10-11. It says, a little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little falling of the hands to rest. Then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. You understand me? Get up and go work. Get up and work hard. Get up and work. Get up and go work. Get up and go do some work. You sleep too much. Poverty going to creep up on you like a bandit and like an armed robber. I am Manning's man. This has been I Am Sure Sports. You hear what happened? See the pastor who call up Spice name and thing. See that him and the Baptist Union in big issue right now because him try go register the Tarrant Baptist Church and them name and the Baptist Union. So that can't happen. Real Madrid equalize? Yeah. No Trump in it, so chances are where I thought the crypto thing will fail. Yeah, man. There. This is a big one, right? Land, real estate, several gas stations. Good. Build a shopping plaza and put something in college fund. You see, the college fund for your kids, it's very good. Here's what you should aim to do. Try to get your kids to complete college without loans, which is start a college fund and get some real estate. Hey, TikTok a sample, you know. He said crypto is like the stock market. You have to study it and have good connections to get the information for it to work for you. Bless her the poor, but try to tell us, poor man now get through with that one boy. Hey, TikTok, we can't wait for meet you, you know. Yeah, man, we can't wait for meet you, boss. Come and figure say he's a little short dude, you know, TikTok. You understand me? But I am Manning's man. This is I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when you get to the end of the program, you know how it goes. We say, we are over, and we are OUT out of here.